In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to build a student build for $500. Are you like this? But you'd rather be like this? Well, for only $500, I can make you like this. And we can get rid of that guy. Oh. Alright guys, so like I said, this build is going to be catered towards those who are going back to school, or who are in school right now, who need a new setup, maybe need an upgrade from their laptop or from just paper and pen. You know, a lot of school right now is still online. It's kind of been a hard transition for some people, especially financially, having to actually set up an entirely new setup, really. So this build is catered to those who are on a very strict budget of about $500. I think the total comes out to like $506, which isn't bad. You know, $6 over is good. But that includes everything except for the desk and the chair, which I'm assuming you have. And if you don't, you can always sit on the ground and put just like a piece of, small table down or something like that, or set it up at the kitchen table while you're in classes. So let's get right into the first part, which of course we're going to go with the CPU. So the CPU I chose for this build is going to be the AMD Athlon 3000G. It's a 2-core, 4-thread unlocked desktop processor. So it says you can get it for $114, but actually if you go down and you go here, you can buy it for $99.98, and it is still free delivery. The thing is, it just gets here a little bit later than if you buy it on Prime. So if time's an issue, you can spend the extra $15. If you can wait a couple more days, save the $15, and that's going to help keep it under the budget. And this processor is actually going to be really good for what we're going to be using for, mainly internet tabs and keeping Word documents open, things like that. You can game on this somewhat if that's something that you want to do. It does have integrated graphics with the Radeon Vega graphics. So it's not terrible. It's going to get the job done for what our goal is. Then to put that into the motherboard, we have the Gigabyte GA A320M. This is a Ryzen AM4 build, micro ATX. It has a two slots for your RAM, HDMI, 3 PCIs, and then a USB 3.1. This is a decent motherboard for, again, what it's worth, keeping it under budget. We want something that will run the CPU without any problems. You shouldn't have to do a BIOS update on this. It's got enough slots for everything we need for it. The only thing I wish that it had was a Wi-Fi adapter. You can buy one of those aftermarket if that's something that you so want. It just kind of allows you to move the computer around the house if you need to do that. If you need to set it up in the kitchen or the living room or whatever, and you're not by your modem or your router, that way you can access it. So maybe at the end of the video, I'll throw on like an additional, how much a Wi-Fi router actually, or a Wi-Fi adapter cost, and that can be an option you have. All right, speaking of our RAM, you have the Patriot Signature DDR4, 8 gigabytes, 2600 megahertz speed. This is 8 gigabytes is more than enough for what it's going to be doing. I know Chrome eats up a lot of RAM, but this is going to be just fine. You can have multiple pages open and Word documents or Excel documents. You can have YouTube. You can even run some games on it if you want to. 2600 speed is a little slow, but you're not going to notice it. It's got a CAS latency of 19, which is just fine. All right, now for our storage inside the computer. So I went with a 1 terabyte, 7200 RPM hard drive. I went with this because of size. School, I know, can kind of, when you start downloading things, all the documents and syllabuses, especially with a lot of videos now, and a lot of courses are asking you to record videos and upload them. So you kind of want more storage. So I'm sacrificing some speed for storage right now, which is going to be fine. Once again, you're not going to notice the difference when you're just booting up and going into a Word document or to an Excel or PowerPoint or PowerPoint, things like that. So 1 terabyte for only $45 is a really good price. And then for our power supply unit, we're going with the Be Quiet Power Supply ATX 400 watt. I believe it is an 80 plus bronze unit. I typically look for that for any kind of build. It's kind of like the baseline. I mentioned that in a couple other videos. 400 watts going to crush whatever we're going to be using for it. It's only $79.90. So right now power supplies I think are a little bit high in price because of the whole Bitcoin thing. I haven't found a decent one under $50. So this is, unfortunately, it's kind of one of the more expensive parts of the build. But it's a part you don't want to skimp on because if anything were to happen and you short the circuits out or it catches fire, that's all bad. So we don't want that. The case we're going to put this in is the Roseville Micro ATX Mini Tower. It's got dual USB 3.0s, comes with 2 fans, very basic looking, nothing flashy about it, which we don't need. As far as a school build, this is going to be perfect. Coming in at only $37, it's a very good deal. And then for your monitor, we went with the Scepter 20-inch, 75 hertz ultra thin LED monitor. Coming in at only $80, this is a very cheap and affordable monitor, and it's going to do exactly what you want it to do. Nothing's going to look spectacular on it, but you're going to be able to see everything very clearly, and it should last you a while. For the keyboard and mouse combo, I went with the Logitech Mark 270 wireless keyboard and mouse combo. I like the wireless option. Once again, if you're moving it from your living room to your kitchen or kitchen office, bedroom, wherever you're moving it, not having all the wires helps. And Logitech is a really good brand, just overall one of the top brands for all these peripherals. You got 2.4 gigahertz dropout free connection, long battery life, very simple mouse keyboard. It comes with the 10 key for inserting numbers. As far as, only $25 goes, this is honestly a really great deal for what you're getting for it. And then for the speakers, like I mentioned, these are actually the ones I have. I have the white version. I actually really like these speakers a lot. They have a really good sound quality to them for only being $20. It's pretty fantastic. So I always recommend these ones to people who are doing their first build or on a budget and who can't really afford great speakers. It's the Creative Pebble 2.0 USB powered desktop speakers. $20. I haven't found a better pair. Maybe you know of a better set. If you do, let me know. I'd be happy to try them out. Now, one thing I know everybody's thinking about is how are you going to build this computer and then put an operating system on it for less than $500? Well, that's where MMORC comes in. You can get Windows 10 Pro Professional Key for only $15.29. I was actually watching another video, and that video was sponsored by them. This video is not sponsored by them in any way, but it's just such an awesome deal and an awesome way if you are building computers to kind of not have to spend the full, crazy amount of money to install an operating system, which is more than some of the parts. Especially in this build, it would have been almost half the entire budget if just for the operating system. So for $15.29, you can install Windows 10 Pro on your computer, which is a great deal. All right, guys, and then like I said, I'm gonna throw in this USB wireless adapter for your computer. Because the motherboard doesn't come on, it's gonna be something if you do need it, if you have to move the computer around a lot, you're definitely gonna want one of these. And this one's only $18.99. Pretty good deal. I've never used one. I don't usually use Wi-Fi. That's just another option for you guys. All right, guys. So all together, this build comes out to $499.08. That is awesome. That is exactly where we want to be for a $500 build. $500, it gets you the mouse, the keyboard, monitor, the entire computer, and the operating system. It's kind of unbeatable, especially for a student budget build. You can't even find some laptops that are that cheap, and this will run faster than a laptop in most situations. Has more storage typically. With the Wi-Fi adapter, which is an optional feature, it is a little bit over $500, it's about $520, which shouldn't break the bank. That is an option for those of you who need it. So I'm going to link all the parts down below. They are affiliated links, just so you guys know that. I'll make sure that I put it on there too. But let me know what you guys thought in the comments. If this is a budget build that could fit your lifestyle, or if you know a student who needs something like this, make sure you share this video with them. Guys, thank you so much for watching the whole video. I really appreciate it. Like I said, let me know what you guys think in the comments of this build. If it's something you're going to want to build, or maybe you'll build it for somebody else, or if they need it, share the video with them and let them check it out. But really appreciate all of you. I hope you like, hope you subscribe, and I hope you have a great day. All right, see you next time.